Hello, everybody. Adam here, the Rip Strategist, and welcome to today's video, which is all about fear, the cause of fear, the cure for fear. And if you're a salesperson who's new to the industry, if you're a salesperson who needs some motivation because you got your teeth kicked in a few too many times, or if you're an owner running a sales team, you need to watch this video because fear is something that we all deal with. And let's face it, people, this is an industry that does happen to have some ego behind it, and many people don't want to admit their fears. And that's why in today's emails that I'll be reading that inspired this, I decided just to blur out names, not call anyone out. So I just want to say thank you to two people for being vulnerable and sharing their own real experiences, because it's going to help everybody watching learn to overcome fear. Now, I want to address a couple things before we start reading these and then diving in. First is this: fear is easy to overcome. Now, this is in theory. Of course, it takes diligence and practice, but what I'm going to give you in this video is essentially a step-by-step process and a strategy to learn how to identify the cause of your fear and then cure it. Because when you are encountering fear, it's impossible to realize your potential. A little bit of fear is a good thing. Just like a skydiver, I've only gone skydiving once. I freaking loved it. It was so fun. And I'll tell you, sitting at the edge of a plane to jump out for the first time, it's kind of an odd thing, and that adrenaline rush really fuels you. Same thing with that adrenaline rush I still get going up to a door or running a sales call. There's still a little bit of fear, but instead of fear being debilitating, it fuels you. So from watching today's video, you're going to learn a strategy to transform fear from a debilitating and crippling experience to actually empowering you to drive sales. So I want to shout out to this subscriber for emailing. He purchased the battle pack, and then he responded to the email, because I always ask after you purchase, what's your number one struggle? And that's a lot of what inspires these videos. So this gentleman who I'm leaving anonymous, he says, my number one obstacle is fear, my own self-limiting fears, fear of rejection, fear of not being able to return an objection, fear of getting stumped, fear of pissing people off, fear of looking or appearing like a sleazy door-to-door salesperson. My whole life, I watched my father be not so pleasant to door-to-door salespeople. He couldn't stand them and always so rude. I've just never done it. I swore I never would, but here I am realizing, this is my favorite part, realizing this is the best way to generate business. And right now I need more business. So I'm putting my fears away. I got your program to educate me, and hopefully will instill some confidence. I just need to know what it looks like. I'm hoping your program will help, which it will. So then literally minutes, you can see the timestamp on this email, minutes before this. So I'm mountain time. It's 11:30 here, 10:51, this email comes in, and I'll just read the bottom part. It says, so my question is, how do you get over the mental block to get leads as a canvasser? I'm just stressed out about my finances that are behind. I'm scared if I don't generate leads, I'm going to lose my job. I feel like the stress is playing a role in not getting leads. And I feel like a merry-go-round that I can't control. Plus I'm in an area I don't know. And she asked later, what YouTube videos to watch and how to get past these mental roadblocks that are stopping me from being successful in this business. All right. This is real talk, guys and gals who are here. So we're going to talk about fear, cause, and cure. First, I want to tell you a story of how fear absolutely crippled a salesman that had an incredible amount of potential. I'm going to call him Mike. He sat down across from my desk and he sold me. He says, Adam, I came in late of the season. I'm newer in sales, but I work for this company. I forget what he claimed. It's like 500,000 in sales in like 3 months or something. And I'm like, man, 3 months? That's awesome. Late in a storm, you're hired. So as I do when I train salespeople, we went on our first lead together. I go out there, we do our thing, and he gets right back in his truck. And I looked at him. His name's not Mike, by the way, but I'm going to call him Mike. And I'm like, Mike, what's the deal? We're right here. We got an inspection. We did our pitch. Why would you go into your truck and not knock doors? And when I said that to him, his face turned white. It was like a ghost took over him. He was horrified. He was crippled with fear. And at that point, I realized this guy is afraid for his life to go knock doors. Turns out he was so afraid of knocking doors that he never did. He ended up getting divorced and nearly losing his house. And then he ended up having to take a job for basically like a minimum wage position elsewhere. Fear can be crippling, okay? And I had a lot of powwows with him. When you succumb to fear, it will cost you your career, your business, your income in this industry. Now, the good side of fear is when you turn fear, you have two choices, right? Man, that marker, boo, garbage. Fear is going to do one or two things to you. It's either going to cripple you, and the downside about being crippled is you'll be beat down every single day. You'll be broke. You'll never generate leads. You'll never generate sales, and you'll hate your job. That's not fun. Or it will empower you. Okay. Now, how do you have fear empower you? I'm a big mountain biker. When I'm bombing down the side of a mountain with a 200-foot cliff on one side and you're doing, 20 to 40 miles an hour, rocks and roots, the fear of that results in tremendous focus and determination. This is how you want to harness fear, okay? Is to turn it into a channel to empower growth. And the beautiful thing of this industry is that when you grow personally, you are rewarded financially, because growing personally means that you will be better at sales, overcome objections, be confident, right? The inverse of fear is confidence. And then you'll make more money. That's what I love. That's why this industry to me was addicting. I was horrified. I had very thin skin. I was so sensitive. I hated rejection. Knocking doors was the worst. I had to pull myself up by the boots, get in the truck and do that. You got this. Okay. Only 4 more hours. Just get a deal. Get a deal. You got, like, I'd have to have these pep talks in my own truck to get out there and make the next sale. But when I did, I learned to get better and better every time. And then it resulted in a very, very healthy income and working my way up. So if you're into personal development, this is for you. Now let's talk what I promised was cause and cure. What's the cause of fear? The cause of fear is simple. It is unknown. It is unfamiliar. It is rooted in exactly what this gentleman said. He says, I'm hoping your program will bring me confidence. Confidence is the opposite of fear. Fear is a result, a lack of confidence. Okay? And you're going to say, no, duh, of course it is. So how do you gain confidence if you're in fear? Confidence, if we go down the rabbit hole, what causes a lack of confidence? It's a lack of knowledge. Okay? Knowledge or information. When you don't have that, that's what causes lack of confidence, which causes fear. So the cause of fear ultimately boils down to knowledge. Confidence is a lack of confidence, a lack of knowledge. Okay. Brian Tracy, one of his books, you've heard me talk about it before, called Goals. One of the most powerful books. I went through all the exercises, and Brian Tracy says, identify your bottleneck that's standing between where you are and where you want to go. What's the bottleneck? So for me, do you know what it was? It was industry experience. I didn't know jack diddly about roofing. I didn't know about supplementing. I didn't know anything on those lines. So when I realized that what I was afraid of was being afraid of knowing how to overcome objections, how to handle a question if they asked something technical about roofing, how the supplement process worked. I didn't know how to put together a job order. I didn't know anything because I didn't get proper training on that front. That was my fear. That's what I realized was my bottleneck was a lack of knowledge. So I wrote that down. Do that right now. Okay. Remember, every video you watch, you're getting an action item. What are you afraid of? Write it down. Next to it, write why. And then if you could get anything that would solve that, what would it be? What do you need? Okay. So for me, it was knowledge on Xactimate and learning how roofing actually works. And when I did that, I identified, man, that's the knowledge I need to acquire to be confident to kill the fear. And I did. I ended up learning enough to talk dangerous, right? Learn enough about roofing to sell it. And I knew my way around. I knew how the system worked. Did I install a roof? No. Have I still installed the roof to this day? No. Do people hate me for it? Some people do. But guess what? That hasn't held me back. Right? I know how the system works. I can sell the system. So the same reason, by the way, why whose name, of course, I'm forgetting because it's unalive, the old vice president of Ford Motor Company helped grow Ford to what it is. This was years and years ago. He never once changed oil on a car. So my point in sharing this is even if you're new in the industry, it doesn't matter. So the cause of cure is knowledge. All right. That's why, by the way, if you haven't opted in, the Pitch Like a Pro Roofing Sales Training Library. Okay. If you go to theroofstrategist.com, you can get this for free. It's every video of the channel updated by week. It's going to be at the same link. So when you go to theroofstrategist.com and enter your email, you'll get sent to a link. Save that link. You can go back every week. You'll get all my videos organized by category. And I showed you this before. All you need to do is click on a category that you want to watch. So it's objections, whether it's pitching, whether it's canvassing, cold calling, and then you can watch videos on it. So when you identify what's causing you back, what's your fear, you now have a library of resources. The Pitch Like a Pro Roofing Sales Training. Guys, there's over 120 videos on here. Again, updated weekly. Okay, that's going to help. Get the confidence and knowledge you need. So what is the cure? So we found the cause is ultimately a lack of knowledge. When you pinpoint that, you now work towards a solution. When you have a solution, you feel better. Okay. When you feel better, you're more confident. When you're confident, it comes across communication, you make more sales. I'm so glad that these two folks inspired today's video, because it's something that we don't often talk about in this industry, or we just say, hey, get over it, grow, step up to the occasion, go knock doors, but there's more to it. So now that you know the cause is ultimately fear is caused by a lack of confidence, confidence caused by a lack of knowledge. When you pinpoint it, you have a solution. When you have that solution of what knowledge you need, you have a resource to find it for free. If it's not my stuff, it's someone else's. It doesn't matter. Guys, wherever you find it is great. I want to do in my sweet spot. I want to help you with my knowledge in sales, marketing, communication, closing deals, generating leads. That's my realm. And if that's where your fear is, overcoming objections, pitching, a simple formula. By the way, watch my video, the SLAP formula for canvassing. I just did another video on the basics of retail roofing sales. When you have a knowledge of the process, you can become confident. Confident is the fear killer, okay? So now this cure is finding out what you need and getting a path to get the answer. It's pretty simple when you think about it, isn't it? So the other thing that you can do, and this is completely optional, I've given you a very high value free resource. Again, you can use my YouTube channel. There's a lot of videos there. So this will just help you sort by category. I've gotten great feedback on this, by the way, of people rewatching sections specifically on goals and motivation, goal setting. I had a guy email who just got the battle pack. He's super pumped. He's putting together his income plan from his income goal and turning that into a plan. And now he knows, all right, I'm gonna be knocking doors. I'm gonna be sending direct mail. He's got the information. You can check that out in the marketing battle pack. It's made for salespeople. It's affordable for salespeople. It's affordable for owners growing a team. And I back it with 100% money back guarantee. It's $347. And you get a whole library of all my information that you literally print out at home on your home computer, office computer, and start using it. I'm presenting this as an option if you have fear, because with this, you know what to say. You have a canvassing script. You can follow the SLAP canvassing formula. When you send direct mail and generate your own leads, it's pretty much done for you. You literally, wherever it's yellow, you just put in your information. It's an option for you, okay? Now, I'm not saying you need to buy it. It's there. If that's not what you need, then what you need to do is identify what knowledge you actually need and put together the material that will help you overcome those fears. Let's begin with some examples. So I said I have a fear of rejection, okay? Fear of rejection, by the way, I want to just touch on this head on. Rejection is and I'm gonna go through these line by line to give you free information to help you solve this right now, okay? Whether you purchase anything from me, it doesn't matter. This is gonna help. Rejection, the best way to overcome a fear of rejection is practice. When you get rejected over and over again and realize, which by the way, watch my video on staying motivated while canvassing. It's one of my more popular videos. It's in the goals and motivation section in the Pitch Pros library, okay? And inside there is a way, and again, it's on the YouTube channel as well if you want to search for it, to help you realize that when people reject you, it ultimately has nothing to do with you. It's not Adam, it's not Joe, it's not Mike, it's not Sally, it's not Lisa, it's not Nate that emailed me. It has nothing to do with you as a person, okay? When we learn how to control this and just brush it off, things change. Get out there, learn how to handle your approach, and let rejection either happen or not. Now, one tip, when I was rejected, I made a game out of it. I made a game to stay in front of that homeowner as long as humanly possible to get them talking, because I had nothing to lose. And it helped me stand in the face of rejection, face it head on, and do the miserably uncomfortable, which is when someone says, get off my property, or no thanks, I'm not interested. I kept talking. And the more I could keep them talking, the better I felt, the more confident I felt in overcoming that rejection. Same thing, not being able to return an objection, okay? Make a list. So this gentleman, make a list of the objections you're getting, overcome them, right? I've covered almost all the big ones on the channel. They're all in the objection section inside the Pitch Like a Pro training. By the way, there's no catch, guys. It's free. You can grab it at theroofstrategist.com. There's a link in every video. Here's another one. Fear of getting stumped. That's kind of the same thing. Fear of getting caught in your heels, handling a question. Let me give you a direct answer to that one. When you are asked a question that you don't know the answer to, here's what you do. That's a great question, Mr. or Mrs. Homeowner. Give me one moment. I'm going to step out. I'm going to give my office a call. And I'm going to see if I can find out the answer to that for you. Super easy. All right. I was asked questions that just horrified me. I'm like, this seems like it should be basic. But I always just said, great question. Before I answer that, let me give my office a call and I'll find an answer for you. Right. Or let me ask a few questions before I answer for you. So however you want to do it, just say you don't know the answer. Easy. All right. Fear of pissing people off. That's the nature of the beast. When you know that you're there to actually help someone, the best way to help someone in this business of doing home services is to show up at their home. Not everyone's your customer. Brush it off. All right. Fear of looking or appearing like a sleazy door-to-door salesperson. This, by the way, is the biggest one, period, the bottom one. Fearing like looking like a sleazy salesperson. I struggled with this too. Here's what you do. Clean up, look sharp, and you know the best way? I'm going to just write this down. Do I have room on the board here? I do. Here's the secret, okay? Have a reason to be there, okay? If there's anything you take away on this channel, have a reason to be there. This makes marketing fun. This makes door knocking a game as opposed to a burden and a horribly miserable experience of getting your teeth kicked in. When you have a reason to be there, when you use the multi-touch marketing that I teach, you will learn that you just need to show up with a reason. I was over there, right? The SLAP formula, the L. Let them know why you are there and make it familiar. The reason I'm here is I left Peggy's house. The reason I'm here is I'm helping homeowners on this street name. Hey, the reason I'm here is next week we're installing that guy's house. The reason I'm here is because I'm installing your neighbor's roof today, as you can see. The reason I'm here is last week we installed that person's house. The reason I'm here is to follow up because I showed up, I left a letter on your door, and I sent you a letter in the mail. I wanted to follow up and ask if you had any questions after reading it. Remember, open-ended question. You're showing up because you left a letter at the door. You used the direct mail piece, whether it's in the battle pack or if it was stuff that you put together. It's a reason to follow up. When you have that reason, it doesn't feel like a sleazy door-to-door salesperson because you're stopping by to do what? Start a conversation, which is what I teach in the SLAP formula, okay? The SLAP pitching formula, SLAP. Say hi and break the ice. Let them know why you're there and make it familiar. Ask an open-ended question, open-ended, make them think, and then present to their answer. That's why if you send the direct mail, hey, I'm stopping by. I wanted to follow up on the letter I sent you. What kind of questions did you have after reading it? It doesn't matter if they read it because they're going to think, they'll be like, what letter did I read? When was that? Who's this guy? And then they're going to be like, you know what? I don't remember if I got it. Oh, no problem. I'm glad I'm here. Go through your pitch. Or, I did read it. And, we're kind of weighing our options. We got our check from the insurance. Great. I'm glad I'm here. Here's how we can handle that. So when you have a reason to be there, you will not feel like a sleazy salesperson. Okay. So I hope this helps you transform the cause of fear to identify it. And again, whether you're a brand new salesperson, whether you're seasoned, we all have our rough spots, whether you're running a team or growing a team, your people will have fear. People don't talk about it. I'm so glad that these two people were vulnerable enough to share their own experience for the benefit of others, because we got to put a voice to it. We got to have a system. And now you have a system. Again, every video, action. This isn't just fluff. Action. Here's your action. If you feel fear of anything, you ask, what's causing it? Okay. It's a lack of confidence, which boils down to knowledge. What knowledge do I need to not be afraid, to not feel fear, to not feel anxious about what I do? Now you've written it down. You find the resources you need to overcome the fear by getting the knowledge. When you have the knowledge, the fear goes away. All right. That's all I have for you today. I'm going to keep this one shorter. Thank you for being here. My live chat says, unable to connect to chat, please try again later. And I don't know how to do that if I'm live. So if there's anything that floated in there and I didn't see, I apologize. Shoot me an email and I'll happily answer those questions. And I'll hopefully make sure that's not happening on the next go around. So if you haven't done it and you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You're going to see more content like this. These lunchtime lives, Tuesdays, Thursdays at 12:30 Central Time. The only thing I talk about is you ask, I answer. You ask a question. Look at this, guys. I respond to these. By the way, this person doesn't even know I did this video because it came in too soon. I'll be responding with a personal video in response to thanking them, along with sending this link. And this gentleman, he's going to be getting a personal reply as well. Send anything. The best way to submit your video ideas, go to theroofstrategist.com. Enter your email to get the Pitch Like a Pro roofing sales training. Do it now before you forget. You can reply to any one of those emails. When you get this, to ask anything you want me to cover. And if I don't cover it on the channel, I promise I'll reply personally with some helpful information to get you set on your way. Thanks for being here. And I'm going to close with one final piece. I am releasing an updated and expanded version of the Battle Pack next week. Anyone who has already purchased, I've got goodies coming for you as well. Thanks for being here. Click like, subscribe. I will see you on Thursday, and we'll jump into some more questions and answers to help you guys make more sales and smash your income goals. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Hopefully we'll get that chat working too. See ya.